What's up, Coachcrafts crew? I've never told this story yet, and I wanted y'all to hear it because it's about CBD oil benefits. You know, and we could talk a lot about benefits. You can go Google a lot about benefits. You can see about over 250 different ailments. But what I think it's important is why I did it and why I jumped into this realm. It's because when I first heard that we had a CBD-rich hemp oil that we could utilize and that everybody could consume legally here in the US, it really intrigued me because I've heard a lot and I read a lot and I saw a lot of things happening. And here in Texas specifically, I know that we're gonna be one of the last on the list to quote unquote allow for recreational use and almost even medicinal use. You know, a lot of red tape around it. But what we really focus on is plant-based medicine, and that got me excited. When I look at medicinal values in plants, that's huge. Compared to medicinal values in synthetically made, lab-made pills, there's not a lot there. I just kind of wanted to tell you my personal story when I started taking this. I've had 3 knee surgeries. That's what took me out of the NFL, was 3 knee surgeries. As I started taking this, the first thing I noticed was my knees would always pop. And so I'd be in the gym and I'd always ride a bike for about 10 minutes, just so that way I could warm up my knees, get some more blood flow down there. And as I started taking the product, I noticed within about 2 or 3 days that my knees stopped popping. Right? They would crank, pop, 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 and you just feel it like you needed blood in there. And it would take about 10 minutes for it to stop popping. Within about my first 2 or 3 days, it was about 2 minutes it stopped popping. And it really caught me off guard. And I said, wow, could it be the hemp? And as I went about 4 weeks, 5 weeks into it, I noticed that there was maybe 30 seconds of popping and then it was gone. And then it's almost no popping now. You know, and I'm not saying that this product is meant to cure, treat, heal, diagnose, prevent any illness or disease or ailment, right? I'm just saying what happened to me personally and maybe what could be happening to you in your life. And maybe this could be a benefit, maybe, you know, and there's no way of knowing. I'm not gonna guarantee anything because I don't think that's true. I mean, I think we all have different ailments that need different attention. You know, could it help? Sure, absolutely. You know, is it gonna hurt? Not that I've seen, because when we look at plant-based medicine, it's like saying, is spinach gonna hurt you if you eat it? I don't know, Popeye talked about it all the time on TV. You know, as I was a kid, I remember watching Popeye and I was like, oh, he likes spinach, and I hated spinach. But when you take hemp, it's completely different because we're going sublingual with it. And so it sits right under the tongue, 30 seconds, done, you swallow it. And that really excited me that my knees started feeling better. But here's the real ticket for me, was I started noticing my brain. You know, and I come from football, and if you've heard of CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. What does that really mean? In layman's terms, it means we're chronically banging our heads every day since I was about 9, 10 years old. Is that you go to practice and you're banging your heads. You go to games, you're banging your heads. And you do that I did that from I was 10 years old until about 26 years old. For 16 years, I was sitting there just letting my head continually bang. And how many different players are having that right now? You know, my dad, passive CTE. And that was something really scary. And what I've noticed in my brain, and I'll talk about my dad later on, and that's a whole nother story, but what I noticed in my brain, you know, I sat right here. I sat right here looking at that tower right behind me. I always call that tower my dad. When I come out here and I pray, when I come out here and I think, when I come out here and I want to be by myself, I always talk to my dad right there. Because when I was a young kid in San Antonio, that tower right there, the Tower of America, it brought a lot to me. You know, and every time I look at it and I think of my dad, you know, and I miss him. He was such a positive figure in my life. And I remember sitting right here, sitting on this wooden floor and just looking out here, not even sitting on chairs, not sitting on anything, just looking out there and saying, what the hell am I doing with my life? That CTE gave me a lot of depression. You know, I said I had all the watches, the cars, the beautiful condo, I had all the things, right? The things that we try and collect in life. And it wasn't making me happy. And it wasn't until I got that CBD-rich hemp oil in my body to where my brain started opening up. I started being happier. I started thinking better. I started sleeping better. And that's really what I focused was my brain, because the hemp oil is one of the few things that allows oxygen to pass that blood-brain barrier. And just think about it, every time we're hitting our heads, we're creating hematomas back there, and there's minute arteries that lead to the brain that are supposed to carry the oxygen and the nutrients, right? Those little hematomas that harden up, just like as if you're bruised up, right? Because that brain's just banging against the walls right there in your head. And so I noticed that I got a lot more oxygen. I got a lot more nutrients coming back to my brain because I just started feeling better. I started being happier. And so now when I have these conversations with my dad behind me, they're happier conversations, and I love it. And I get a lot of guidance, and I'm not sitting here depressed and pissed off saying, why am I here? I'm excited now to say, you know what, like, this is so much fun, Dad. I wish we would have had this when you were here. You know, and so if you're out there and you're struggling from something, you know, ailments of any kind, you know, look it up. Go look up CBD oil benefits and whatever ailment you might have, and see if this could be something for you, because I know it really worked for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. You know, or if maybe you have a figure in your life, or a parent, a mentor, another coach that could be suffering from something. You know, I wish I would have known about this 6 years ago before my dad got sick, because I would have loved to have given it to him and had it in his body. And you know, it's how science happens. And I believe in a pay it forward attitude. And so that's what this video is about, because, you know, it started with my knees, but it really went to my brain. That's what made me happier and healthier, and just more wanting to get out there, more wanting to share my story with each and every single one of you, because I had my clinics and I never wanted to be on the websites. I never wanted any attention. I always wanted to be hidden. And now that I've had the hemp, it has opened me up. It has opened up my mentality, my aura, my love, whatever you want to call it. It's opened me up to be better and to want to give even more than I was given then, because I'm 100% confident about myself and what we can do. So I really hope this video has helped you and made you think maybe a little bit differently, because I believe that if you can get some plant-based nutrition into your body, and even that with hemp going into the CBD, into the endocannabinoid system, gosh, you're gonna feel so much better. You know, and again, there's no guarantees, and I'm not saying that, you know, to try and sell you on anything. I'm just letting you know my story, and 100% through and through. And I really hope that this product or another product like it can really help you. You know, I'm gonna put a link down below for this product. If you wanna go check it out, if you wanna kind of do some of the research, I urge you to, and I beg you to, you know, go do your own research. And thank you for letting me share with you. Get some good nutrients into the human body. Coach Crafts, coming at you, get your mind right.